This next one comes from Just Lewis Zero.
Oh hi. As you can already tell, it's the next day. And I'm at school. I got me something to eat. Colin basically ordered me McDonald's at school for me. So I had something to eat, and now I'm going outside to the yard, to the oval cone. Let's chill, I guess. Let's press play and smoke some weed.
This is the most uneasy frame I have ever seen in one of these sort of videos. I don't know why. This is just like really next level creepiness. Alright, now this last video comes from Fallen Parasite, and it's actually a video from Meat Canyon. It's something I've never ever watched personally. I've never seen a single. I have no idea what I'm seeing.
I smell a demon.
A demon?
Hero, I've come for your sister. The state has declared you are not fit to take care of her anymore.
I mean, she's in a box. I agree, actually.
This is my sister.
What do you mean?
I'll do anything for her.
You're sniffing your box, bro. She wants.
I hear her. Where are you?
Come on, get replaying her. Dude,
I hear her.
Person inside
Where
that
are
thing
you?
is out.
Where is she?
She's in the
I can
box.
smell
What do
a lot
you
of
mean?
things on you, detective.
What the freak is this guy's problem about smelling? Oh
but
my.
confidence isn't one of them.
This guy's
Step
weird.
away from the box.
Yeah, do it. He actually. Oh, he stays sidestepping. Okay, take that one. Dude, there's nothing hold that in place. What are you doing? You gonna explain?
You smell like a demon.
What does that mean? What does he keep saying that? Is it his door or something?
I can smell every sin you've ever made.
Oh my
What did you do to this poor girl?
Just help her. Yeah, why aren't you helping her?
Waterfall attack!
Oh my god!
Tragic. This demon
What the
probably had
frick
a
am
normal
I
life before
seeing?
being turned into such a vile
This
creature.
guy's crazy. This dude is literally insane. Oh my gosh.
Jerry from the Office of Child Services in Billings, Montana.
Wow.
Wow. These
Look what you
demons
did.
are so clever with their disguises.
Oh my god, dude, look what you just did.
At least Jerry the demon is resting peacefully now.
He rested peacefully.
Huh.
Oh, you gotta have me say.
Nezuko,
Holy
I'll
crap, she's got
always
that
be here
slinky
to help
action.
you.
Oh my god, she's just being put back
I
in
can
there.
smell you all day.
Dude, this
My
is so
sweet sister.
weird. What the freak
Smells
am I
like family.
watching? What's the inspiration for this? Like, you didn't escape at all. So, Meat Canyon. Interesting stuff you're doing on that channel. This channel actually does so many crazy stuff. You got Blue's Clue right there, Space Jam Season, Bob the Builder. Like, I could react to a lot of this stuff. In fact, if you guys want to see that, you know what to do. Alright guys, we're gonna get one last one in. This is from Chippytron 4000, and this is called 5 Minutes.
What else there was?
Fall in love. Fast internet with sweet savings. For all you... Hi, Charlie here. It's crazy to think that there are still people living in tribes in 2021, but we know of more than 100 uncontacted tribes in the world. These are tribes that no outsiders have ever spoken to, and in the entire world there are 574 known tribes. But whether these tribes are contacted or not, good luck getting anywhere near them. Some tribes are so scary and dangerous, even the biggest militaries in the world are scared of them. From a tribe that fires arrows at overhead military planes, to a tribe that defeated the Russian military. Acero Mudmen. This scary tribe is found in Papua New Guinea. I don't exactly have to point out what makes them so scary, but I will anyway. Every member of this tribe wears a scary clay mask. Attached to these masks are often pigtails and shells. Using clay, they also paint their skin white like a ghost. They also create gigantic wolverine claws out of bamboo. Every one of these guys is like a Papua New Guinea version of Edward Scissorhands. They wear all of this stuff to scare off any enemies. They live in the eastern highlands of Papua New Guinea where there aren't many people. But their enemies mainly consist of other tribes in the area. Most tribes in Papua New Guinea are terrified of spirits. So that's why the Acero tribe dresses like a bunch of ghostly spirits. Just imagine hiking through the jungle and seeing one of these guys. It seriously sounds like something straight from a horror movie. The tribe did not always look this scary, but that all changed one day when they were defeated by another tribe. They were chased out of where they used to live, but they were chased into the Acero River and had to escape. They had to wait in the river until dusk before running away. At dusk, when they rose from the river, they were covered in clay. Their enemies saw them covered in white clay and thought they were spirits. And because of this, their enemies ran away despite winning the battle before. From then on, they realized that this trick really does work well, and they've done it ever since. Karubo Tribe. The Karubo tribe is one of the most isolated tribes in the world. They are found in the western Amazon Valley in Brazil. Right now, the tribe has around 170 members. Their weapon of choice is the good old-fashioned club. But what they're more feared for in the area is their poison dart.
Disgusting.
Darts. They have been known to fire these darts from very far away and hit the target precisely. That's because they're trained on how to use poison darts from a very young age. They are incredibly mysterious. One thing that is known about them is that they sometimes sacrifice the lives of their own kids. But no one knows exactly why they do this. They could have a good reason, guys. Let's hear them out.
God.
This tribe is known for painting themselves red to scare off any enemies. They do this with the Maruku plant, which is found in the Amazon rainforest. They're very feared in the area for two
Sacrifice
reasons.
for the
Number one,
gods.
because they're such great warriors. And number two, because they know the rainforest back to front. They know every hiding spot and ambush point where they can get you. If you're interested in the Karubo tribe, do not go and try to visit them. The chances are you won't make it out of the rainforest alive. Skeleton Tribe.
Most people fear passing away and becoming a skeleton, but this tribe says that they want to become what they fear. That way they can scare off any potential enemies with ease. That's why they paint themselves as skeletons. The tribe's actual name is the Bugamo tribe. They are situated in the Chimbu province of Papua New Guinea. They spend hours every week painting their bodies with clay and ash. Just imagine walking through the jungle and seeing real-life skeletons with spears chasing you down. Before the mid-1990s, they had never seen a white European person before. They're not only scaring off enemies by painting their bodies as skeletons, they say they're also scaring off any bad spirits which could be hiding in the jungle. Some enemy tribes also believe that they are in fact bad spirits, but really it's just body paint. Before we move on, make sure you guys subscribe and press the notification bell too. It really does help me out. Huarani tribe. The Huarani tribe are one of the few Native American tribes still active today. They are found in the Amazonian region of Ecuador. Locals refer to them as the Alca. That literally translates to the savage. Unlike other tribes on this list, these guys are not worried about militaries or other enemy tribes. Instead, they're worried about illegal logging and people looking for oil near their land. Sadly, this has destroyed a lot of their habitat, and it makes their hunter-gatherer lifestyle very difficult. However, they are good fighters. They did used to have frequent battles with neighboring tribes, but nowadays most of these tribes have died out. For battle, they mainly use spears and blow darts. The scary thing about this tribe is they dip their arrows in curare. This is a very toxic poison which will take your life. Just a tiny bit is incredibly powerful. It instantly paralyzes your muscles and makes them stop working. And soon after that, it will make you unable to breathe. Amazingly, they also use poison to fish. They use a toxic plant named larana. When larana is broken into, it releases a toxic poison. If you put this into a lake or river, it will remove all of the oxygen from the water. This causes all of the fish to pass away and float to the surface. Chukchi people. Russia has one of the largest militaries in the world with more than 3 million personnel. After the United States, it is said to be the world's second most powerful military. Water. This causes all of the fish to pass away and float to the surface. Chukchi people. Russia has one of the largest militaries in the world with more than 3 million personnel. After the United States, it is said to be the world's second most powerful military. But this tribe known as the Chukchi people defeated the Russian military.
All you have to do is to beat those tribe, beat that Russian tribe is bring a tank there and fucking destroy the fucking village what the tribe own. Or nuke the bitch. Easy. Winner.
Live in the Arctic region of Russia. They are the closest genetic relatives of the Native American people. Over the years, the Russian military has tried to wage war against this tribe many
Just
times.
nuke it or
but
tank.
they've never won once.
Just
At one
tank.
point, the leader of the Chukchi people took the life of a Russian commander. They
Simple
then
enough,
kept his
just
head
tank.
as a trophy of war.
Or just
Eventually,
nuke.
the Russian military gave up trying to defeat the Chukchi.
Nuke the
They
bitch.
simply did not know the area as well as the Chukchis, and they were also not as used to the conditions as the Chukchi tribe. The tribe has to be tough. That's because their diet consists of reindeer, walruses, and seals. They also sometimes even hunt whales. Sentinelese tribe.
Huh.
The Sentinelese tribe are one of the most famous uncontacted tribes in the world. They live on Sentinel Island, which is part of India, but India has made it illegal for anyone to go on the island. Sometimes people such as missionaries do try to go to this tribe, but before they even get on the island, they are taken out by bows and arrows. Recently, a plane was flown over this island to try and retrieve the body of a missionary who passed away trying to get to the tribe. But even the plane itself was shot by arrows and had to retreat. Because no one is allowed on the island, no one's exactly sure what goes on with this tribe. Today, the Indian Navy even patrols this island day and night. This is to make sure no one goes anywhere near it. If your boat gets too close to their island, then expect them to throw rocks and shoot arrows at you. Some people have even gone to this island by mistake and paid the price with their lives. Mohawk people. You may think of the Mohawk as a funny punk rock hairstyle, but did you know that it was first tribes who had Mohawks? The Mohawk people are a Native American tribe from North America. They are known for their red face paint and feathers on their heads. They lived in what is today New York State. When America was colonized, they moved to Canada, but they put up a tough fight to the British and the French. They were warriors that were massively feared by the British and French armies. Suri tribe. The Suri tribe can be found in Ethiopia. The tribe is fairly large, with an estimated 7,500 members. They are known for increasing the size of their lips and ears. They do this with piercings and lip plates. For them, this is a sign of beauty. But now it's time for you guys to make your voice heard. Comment down below which was the most...
Simple enough, just nuke the bitch. Or bring tanks out there. Blow those motherfuckers up.
Welcome to Health at Griffith University. Welcome to a community of professionals who genuinely care, where you'll learn as a team, so you graduate in demand in Australia's fastest growing industry. Oh, lots of go. But I feel like I want something new. Let me see what's in the old battle pack.
All around the world, battlefields are constantly evolving. The fight for control and power no longer hinges on the size of a country's army, but on their tactics, technology, financials, and logistical capabilities as well. And believe you me, some countries have a lot more of these than others. So, taking all this into account, it's time to find out which countries have the most formidable military forces. Bound by military constraints for the best part of a century, their smart investments have kept them unprecedentedly powerful. And speaking of smart investments, why don't you make one right now by hitting those like and subscribe. Military limitations following the Second World War. After seesawing between winning and losing sides, Italy's military was also limited in size. Its Royal Army alone has seen 2.56 million soldiers serve. To a short peace with the Allied nations, this was reduced to a mere 250,000 maximum personnel. But fast forward to today, and Italy, like Germany, is now a key NATO ally. Its privileged position in the Mediterranean region makes it a valuable strategic foothold for the defense of NATO's southern flank. To support this, Italy now has approximately 175,000 armed forces, all powered by a modest military budget of $18.1 billion. Now, compared to Germany's $50 billion, this may not sound like much, but a large portion of this goes towards developing Italy's naval capabilities, which currently sports 249 assets, including 2 aircraft carriers and 9 destroyers. All up, this means Italy has the 11th largest naval fleet in the world. And that's pretty important, considering it has almost 4,750 miles of coastline on the Mediterranean Sea. Without this seaborne defense, Italy would be vulnerable to attacks from volatile countries across the water like Syria or Israel. But should those nations ever decide to attack, Italy won't go down without a fight. Its land force has 200 tanks and nearly 7,000 armored vehicles, which works out to roughly 1 vehicle for every 25 active troops. On top of that, they have 860 available aircraft, with 99 fighters and 38 transport vehicles. This means they're ready to mobilize troops by land, air, or sea, all before you can say, Mamma Mia. Turkey. Throughout history, Turkey has constantly been referred to as the Army Nation, and with very good reason. Born out of a war of independence with the old Ottoman Empire, Turkey was declared a republic less than 100 years ago in 1923. But today, they share several borders with volatile nations such as Syria, Iraq, and Iran. Not exactly an enviable position to be in. To ensure they can defend their own soil in the wake of any sudden conflicts, they built up a massive military presence. The country currently boasts an impressive 355,000 active troops, with a further 380,000 reserves. But how has Turkey managed to attract so many recruits? Well, technically, they don't have to recruit. Their secret lies in conscription laws, which state all males aged 20 to 41 must enroll into military service for a minimum of 6 months. But they're not the only ones protecting their borders. Since 1952, Turkey has been a proud and prominent member of NATO. By establishing themselves as a valuable ally, NATO created...
What else YouTube videos should I watch, comment? What else videos should I fucking watch? What else should I fucking watch, dude? Can't believe I fucked my teacher yesterday. Hell yeah. What else should I fucking watch? What else should I fucking watch, dude? What else should I fucking watch? Fuck off.
Spring Carnival is here.
3 tires. 3 tires. Like a blended bed on the left.
Gold Lotto is 20 million.
Fuck off.
Sportsbet's new Bet with Mates. Start your group and share at the moment. New from...
While castles may be large and beautiful, many are rumored to be haunted. After all, some castles are hundreds of years old, and the spirits of centuries lurk the halls. Here are the top 15 most haunted castles on Earth. Number 15, Dalhousie Castle. If you ever take a trip to Scotland, then we suggest seeking out Dalhousie Castle. Historically controlled by the chieftains of House Ramsay, it was built all the way back in the 13th century, and has since become a hotel and event venue. Yet we advise against staying the night, as the castle is known to be the stomping ground of 2 ghosts. The first is Sir Alexander Ramsay, an he was a knight who was captured and starved to death in a nearby castle, and while he didn't die at Dalhousie, he seemed to have returned in order to roam the halls. Another notable ghoul is the Grey Lady, believed to be the ghost of a 16-year-old heartbroken Lady Catherine. She's often spotted wandering around the towers and downstairs corridors, looking for her lost love. And while both ghosts aren't known to be especially mischievous, we would still avoid sleeping here if possible. Number 14. Predyama Castle. While most castles stand unsupported, Predyama Castle certainly spins that narrative. Nestled into a mountain near the Italian and Slovenian border, it was first built in 1272 and became the site of quite a bit of drama in the early 1500s. You see, a knight by the name of Erasmus Lug had owned the castle, yet he got into some serious trouble when he killed a commander of the Holy Roman Empire's imperial army. This caused him to retreat back to his castle, where after pulling off some robberies, he was besieged. However, unbeknownst to his enemies, the caves that the castle was attached to allowed him to funnel up food and water to his pantries. Yet despite having this lifeline, he was eventually killed by one of his own men. Ever since this betrayal, he has been periodically sighted wandering around the castle. Number 13. Vergard Castle. If you ever happen to travel to northern Denmark, then Vergard Castle is a beautiful spot to visit. Built in 1481, it's surrounded by a very large moat and is renowned for its stately architecture. Yet beyond its appearances, it holds a very sinister spirit. You see, it was originally the house of a Dutch noblewoman, Ingeborg Skeel. Despite being quite charitable, she was viewed with suspicion by many in her town. She managed the estate despite being a woman, which was rather strange at the time. This perception is not helped by the fact that she was apparently a murderer, as she reportedly killed the architect that designed her moat, so that he would never build a similar one ever again. Yet regardless of whether or not this is true, she still reportedly roams the halls and can still be seen at night to this very day. Number 12. While most of the castles on this list were once the princely estates of the upper echelon of European society, the Castle of Good Hope is an example of an especially impressive colonial castle. Completed in Cape Town by the Dutch East India Company in 1679, it is the oldest building in South Africa, and has served both as a prison and a fortress over the years. As such, it shouldn't come as a surprise that some spooky occurrences have occurred there. One of the most infamous spots is the bell tower, as a soldier once committed suicide there by hanging himself from the bell rope. Ever since, the bell has occasionally been rung without any human assistance. A black dog is also known to haunt the grounds, and he's been seen running up to visitors only to disappear shortly after. As a final note, a ghostly noblewoman by the name of Lady Anne Barnard has appeared on several occasions, and she supposedly only shows up when distinguished guests are in the building. Thus, if you'd like to see some spirits, then you may want to pay a visit to the Castle of Good Hope. Number 11. Bangar Fort. India is a country that's known for its beautiful architecture, and Bangar Fort certainly ranks among its most interesting buildings. Built in the 17th century in the Indian region of Rajasthan, it is an imposing building that became a popular tourist attraction in recent years. Yet its true claim to fame are the legends that surround it. Most well-known is the story of a king named Mano Singh, who built the Bangar Fort with the permission of an ascetic named Balanath. However, his one condition was that the shadow of the fort must never fall upon the home of the ascetic. But as fate would have it, Mano Singh ended up making it large enough so the fort's shadow did pass over Balanath's home. This caused the ascetic to place a curse on it, and ever since the ghosts of the past have haunted the Bangar's fort corridors. Number 10. Charleville Castle. If you ever get the chance to go to Ireland, then you may want to pay Charleville Castle a visit. Located near the village of Tullamore, it was originally built as a holiday residence by the first Earl of Charleville, and is easily one of the most elegant vacation homes out there. However, what makes this castle stand out is not its beauty, but its ghost. You see, on April 3rd of 1861, Lady Harriet Bury, who was the daughter of the 3rd Earl of Charleville, was sent to the nursery on the top floor so she could wash her hands. However, on the way down, the 7-year-old tried to slide down the banister, and this move turned fatal when she lost her balance and fell 2 stories down on the stone floor below. She supposedly now haunts the castle, and has been known to bang doors and sing as she runs through the halls. Thus, while she may be a friendly ghost, we'd still say that Charleville would be a pretty spooky place to visit. If you happen to hail from Toronto, then chances are you've heard of often spotted by cafeteria staff as they come at the end of a shift. So Sir Henry has also been seen roaming Castle Loma, reminiscing about what it used to be his home. And perhaps the most elusive spirit is his wife Mary, who's been known to tamper with tapes and cameras when they're placed in her bedroom. So we think you would agree that while Castle Loma may be a cool place to visit during the daytime, it may not be the best place to stay at for the night. We are constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team.
Yeah,
I'll
whatever.
admit that this may seem a little strange, yet there is some evidence out there to support this claim. You see, it was built with no sources of water, no kitchens, no fortifications, and housed no occupants at the time of its completion. It's also located in an isolated area filled with swamps, forests, and mountains, meaning that it's nowhere near any well-known trade routes. As such, many locals believe that it was built to house a bottomless pit. Known as the Gateway to Hell, the pit was reportedly the site of many occult occurrences, and many demonic creatures apparently emerged from its depths at night. A chapel was built directly over it, and seems to cater to these creatures due to the depictions of demons and strange animals that cover